On the shores of Lake Sevan, the Sevan Startup Summit 2024 continues. Around 150 startups from approximately 40 countries are participating in this summit. We have guests from various countries, and right now my interviewee is Bassam Nader from Lebanon, who is participating in the summit for the third time as a host and mentor. Hello, Bassam. My first question is about something that has caught everyone's attention: your shorts, your look. What inspired this style?
Hello, Nani. How are you today? I learned a little bit of Armenian. Let me try and rephrase one word. Bariluz. Bariluz. Good morning.
Good morning.
That's the only word for now. My shorts basically it's a key. You know, I always try to do something to motivate all the startups, because I learned it in a way on my route of when I started with the Sevan Startup Summit, and of course when we go international, it's a Seaside Startup Summit in 2018 in Ras Al Khaimah. I was wearing a white short, and then by mistake I had a pen, and I was sitting and I was writing something, and by mistake I wrote on my short. And then I looked, I'm like, oh my God, I only have one short. So then I was like, I need to be creative. So I started coloring it to cover, and then little by little one guy came, and then another person come and was like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, I'm coloring. Can we color? Oh, okay. So they start coloring, and then okay, and then I start creating the words, and then I created some motivational words from the front and from the back, and then it's just to inspire, because in the end we are here in the Sevan Startup Summit to inspire all these startups, inspire the boosters, inspire everyone who participate here with us in the startup. And part of my role is to motivate in the same time. So my story of the short is like this, and of course I have my cap too, which maybe on the last day everyone will be signing it. So I hope you will be signing it too.
The next question I want to ask is related to the development of the startup ecosystem in Armenia. You've been participating in this event since 2018, and this is your third time here as both a host and a mentor. From 2018 to 2024, how has the summit evolved?
Well, Nani, you know, every year that we travel or we participate and we visit a new country, we learn something new. Take an example, when we started in 2018 in Ras Al Khaimah, I didn't know, honestly, that I will continue to be the main host for the Startup Summit. But then the progress of the ideas, the progress of the management of the Startup Summit, from Mr. Jacob and Mr. Vahag and everyone, that they keep on creating new ideas to the Startup Summit, and which makes it more happy for anyone to participate, more engaging for everyone. Sometimes we have a small stage, and then look at that, now we have a big stage, and now we have an enormous, amazing land that we are here. So year by year is progressing, as in the Seaside Startup Summit or the Sevan Startup Summit. As for me, my progress with the Startup Summit, I learned a lot. When I do mentoring with startups, I listen to their ideas, I teach them, I coach them. Part of my job, or part of my contract at the beginning, it wasn't supposed to be where I am right now. My part was only go on the stage, hold the mic, host the show, welcome everyone, wake them in the morning, do some exercise, and just fill up the gaps. The second year when I went to Goa, to India, I found out I'm more than that. Then I became more like a trainer, like a coach. And then I start coaching them about presentation skills. I start coaching them about how to stand, how to talk, body language, when they are pitching to the investor, how to stand, how to talk, where to concentrate. And this made me do my other studies on startups. So because of them, now I became like a startup coach. So that's another progress, because it keeps on changing, and I'm looking forward to see what else I'm gonna be challenged with, because I like challenges, and I not really only like, I love challenges. And every time I have a new challenge, I go really deep to to impact it, and then in the same time implement it. So my gratitude is very big to the whole team of the Sevan Startup Summit, and I'm looking forward to really expand with them, and that will be the biggest progress that I have with them.
Since you love challenges, is that the reason why you're trying to use your potential to help develop idea generation and early stage startups?
Okay, Nani, these startups, they need too much to look for. And I found out that they even need someone to trust to mentor them to the right track. I'm not saying it's an easy job. No, it's a very hard job. They are students. Some of them are graduates. Some of them are freshly out of nowhere. They came up with an idea and they gathered their friends and they made this kind of a startup. So they need someone to guide them. I am there to guide. I am there to assist. I am there to help. But how much I can give, I give all. That's what I like. Couple of reasons why I give all, because when they talk about their projects, when they talk about their startup, they talk from their heart. They talk from happiness. They talk from experience. And for me, when I see these kind of startups approaching me with these kind of ideas, I like to take the extreme challenge and put them there and tell them, okay, now you have to do this. You did it? Great. Now you do that. Have you done it? That's awesome. Now let's put this and that together and let's see the outcome. Once I do this to them and they realize that they are really into it and getting it, I feel that it's a success. Not only for me, but for them. Because when they do this and they work on it, hopefully they will get the investment that they're looking for. And that's another progress that I did. And there's another project that I'm always working on to help and assist the startups. So yes, it is a big challenge. It's not an easy challenge. And it takes a lot of credibility for anyone to be in my position to really give in this. Maybe I didn't mention this, but I've been working in TVs and hosting and radios for almost 25 years. In that 25 years, I learned a lot on my route and on my journey. With this, now I want to give out. It's enough of me taking. Now I want to give my experience. So I think giving to those lovely startups, that experience, I hope it will help them to succeed. And if they do succeed, I don't want anything from them. I just want a thank you, and I'll be happy.
With all that said, do you think the day will come when Armenia will be considered a startup technology hub?
Yes. I could say Armenia will be the talk of the world. Take an example. Just yesterday, we had the first eco rally, you can call it that way in a way. And it's a one of a kind. Yes, I've been to before, into a Formula One drive in an ecosystem way, but it wasn't done like what it was done here yesterday. There was a lot of cars that participated in this kind of a rally to really show that even battery operated ecosystem cars could participate in rallies and do the job well done. Now for sure, people will say, but it's a rally, that means it's gonna go very fast and then they're gonna go roaming around the other cars. No, it's not about this. It's about how much the car is minimizing oxygen or how do we say that? Minimizing energy to the car and how the process of the car is manufactured and all that. So we invited everyone who has this kind of cars, and we're looking forward in the future to invite more dealers or more manufacturers to come and participate in a rally like this here in Armenia, and especially in Lake Sevan, because it's like a 210, 220 kilometers, which is super cool. But then if I want to go to the ecosystem itself, yes, look at that. This itself is it's an answer. You can't find nothing on the ground like dirt. You can't find nothing here in a way that could really hurt this beautiful nature and the trees. You look over there and you look at the mountains and you look at everything and you see how beautiful it is maintained. And it's been a while, like recently and more than a while, that they've been talking about it on the news, and they're talking about it from the presidents and the ministers in Armenia, that Armenia will become the next destination for any kind of an ecosystem. And there is a lot of ecosystem investors and not investors, there's a lot of ecosystem producers in the world that are from Armenia, and they're changing in the concepts of the world. For me, I've seen a lot, I heard a lot. I cannot mention names because I don't know if they managed to do it. But when we are in the startup summit and I go into the ecosystem challenges and the battles, and I see that they have great and innovative ideas, then I know that in colleges and universities here in Armenia, they are really teaching them these kind of a format for them to really help the community or to help the country of Armenia to become the #1 ecosystem in the world.
Great. And one final question. I know that you speak multiple languages. Naturally, being born in Lebanon, you speak Arabic, and you're also fluent in English. Living in Lebanon, where there is an Armenian community, have you ever considered learning Armenian as well, given that you visit Armenia almost every year and participate in tech events here?
Honestly, Nani, this is my this is my 7th visit to Armenia. Yes, from 2018 till today. I even did a couple of trips to Armenia for other business meetings and on TVs and stuff like that. But to learn the language is kind of a little bit hard right now, because I already have 3 languages in my mind. Like I speak, yes, Arabic, and I speak the English, and I speak a little bit of French. So now it's like I'm trying to speak the Armenian. I catch a little bit. But you know, the Armenian community in Lebanon itself, we have a great one, by the way. It's called, like, we call it and they call it, they brought it up, it's called Burj Hamoud. And whoever goes to Burj Hamoud, they know, oh, you're going to the Armenian community. And I love it because they're very friendly. They're very homecoming. They're loving people. And even here in the startup, we have some Lebanese Armenians and Syrian Armenians. And I even met one Egyptian Armenian. So Armenians are like all over the world. It's enough some popular stars are Armenians in the same time. But I would love to learn the language and to really communicate, because this is between me and you, and I know it's gonna be somewhere viral in a way, but I am thinking, basically, me and my wife, we are thinking in the future we might shift and live in Armenia. Maybe in a couple of years, because we're seeing the progress of what's happening here in Armenia, and we kind of like it, and we're enjoying the weather. It's almost the same like Lebanon, but here is way beautiful. There's a lot of things here we can do, more than what we can do in Lebanon or in Dubai. So we kind of miss this. We love this. This is our nature. We live in the outside, not always in a room in the AC, and then you go out and you get sick. This is AC for us. So coming to Armenia to live is something else that we are planning on, but really not now, but maybe in the future. You have everything in Armenia. You have schools and educations and universities, and you have food, which is international food and local food, and it's very yummy. And then there's a lot of great mind innovators are created from Armenia. I hope one day Armenia will be the next Silicon Valley. I hope. Really, I hope. Then really I will shift.